Okay, my name is Leslie Williams. I just made this tweet and composed it a couple minutes ago, as you can clearly see on November 26, 2014. The tweet was made at 8:13 a.m. It says, I'm going to law library and post office, maybe Point Loma Library. Let's see if any incidents occur towards me. Assaults, arrests, banning. TT. Now, I'm going to make another statement here really fast. My name is Leslie Williams. Actually, let me just go back for a second. What I'm going to do is I'm going to maximize my calendar icon on my phone so you can see that it is today's date. Okay. Alright, now I'm just going to make a really fast statement here. As a result of being a target, victim, and activist concerning the criminal expeditions of what is known as gang stalking, which is nothing but organized crime in the system at every friggin' level. Hold on a second, please. I gotta do something, and then I gotta open the flap on my tent, so just bear with me 1 second, please. Okay, so what I'm going to basically do is just, I don't know how well you can see me right now, but I got to kind of take advantage of the time I got to make this video while I'm packing up to leave for the day. So that's what I'm going to do. And I do apologize if you can't see me very well. It is still somewhat light out. I mean, it's just now getting light out. I'm just waking up, so excuse me. The point being, though, is this. In a minute, I'm going to show you how I have to live as a result of being a gang stalking target. You can go to Google and type in mail theft and mail delayment and gang stalking, and then in a separate search, postal workers and gang stalking. These are federal employees, and stealing any type of mail out of the mail is a federal offense. You know, this morning I was noticing on Twitter that the FBI of San Diego was asking for the community's help in reference to an individual that robbed Chase Bank. But I have tweeted them, and also the Department of Homeland Security, and last night I tweeted the State Department about me being a human trafficking target and not one of them skanky little filthy ass criminal agencies ever contacted me back. And the FBI were notified on multiple occasions because they don't give a shit. You know, my statements might sound direct to a person who does not know anything about gang stalking. Therefore, they might think to themselves, boy, this woman's got a lot of nerve talking about the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security and the State Department this way. Isn't she aware of the resources and power that these agencies have? I know this, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Leslie Williams, and I'm a human being. And I don't believe that I was born in order to be human trafficked in a country that's supposed to stand for freedom by criminals that I do not know in any capacity. I can identify some of the individuals who have broken the law by not taking police reports pertaining to the fact that I'm a gang stalking victim, like the San Diego Police Department, UCSD Campus Police, SDSU Campus Police, USD Campus Police, and I can also identify some of the places that I've been gang stalked at, including all hiking areas. Now, when we look at how our Constitution guarantees our right to live in our Bill of Rights, guarantees us inherent rights by God, that we should be able to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and then you got criminals who have targeted you for some of the most heinous crimes that your mind can conceive and cannot, and then you reach out to your own government for help, and you're not getting help. And then once you start researching these criminalities online, why is it all over the internet that it's being stated that the FBI are the ones who are perpetrating gang stalking? Why are all the victims that testified before the Bioethics Commission, why are they stating that they're gang stalking victims? You know, fellow American citizens, we all live our lives hoping to be able to just wake up every day, have a cup of coffee, go to work to provide for ourselves and our families. You know, cherish our families and our friends and our community, expecting that our government will represent us in the ways that the Constitution and the Bill of Rights dictates, and our state constitutions as well. But when we run to our elected officials and we run to our police departments and we see that they are actually involved in these kinds of crimes, then who would you run to? Who would you run to? Family? Friends? these are the kinds of criminal expeditions that literally will infiltrate your family members' lives, like your siblings. They will even attempt to literally even influence your parents into these crimes. And if you don't believe me, all you got to do, please, is just please take the time, when you have time, to Google it. Family infiltration, intimate infiltration, organized stalking, and gang stalking is involved in every single type of crime that your mind can conceive and literally cannot. Okay? So, what kind of money is the system making off of gang stalking targets? Well, let's take a look at some of their criminal motivations. Land co-opting, property co-opting, mortgage co-opting, trust fund liquidation, identity theft, human trafficking, prostitution rings, stolen car rings, you name it. And it is all over the internet, ladies and gentlemen, that police departments and police officers are involved in gang stalking. Now, when you run to the DA, like if you're a target, it doesn't matter what state you live in. Every single targeted individual is saying the same thing. That they run to the DA, they'd run to the ACLU, they'd run to the prosecutor's office, they run to their state attorney generals. They run to senators and state representatives. And to my knowledge, to this date, only one single person has ever got any marginalized help at all, and that was James Walbert. Jim Guest helped him, and bless his sweet soul. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we do in turn, as a result of being left in this continuous victimization on a daily basis, where our property is stolen, we're made homeless. They then go after our finances, which they're doing to me literally right now. I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever that when I go to this court appearance on December 1st, 2014 for illegal lodging, which means camping, yeah, they literally gang stalked me to using the police that were supposed to be taking police reports about me being gang stalked on the very fucking, in other words, excuse my language, you can go to YouTube right now and type in, I think it's 9/04/ either 13 or 14, learning disabled woman exposes SDPD HDQ gang stalking. Trust me, you'll find it. Now, experiencing that same exact identical gang stalking inside the San Diego Police Department headquarters that I experienced on UCSD campus, the verbal harassment. All you got to do is go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman, exposes flat out evidence of gang stalking. I'm going to make some noise here for a second, so excuse me. What I'm basically trying to say, oh, I forgot to mention, illegal syndicated probate control is another criminal motivation of gang stalking. And when they get the syndicated probate control, they put the target in a organized crime syndicated run group home. Okay? Now these group homes are directly connected to the individuals that are responsible for the gang stalking. Gang stalking assholes and perpetrators will literally stage the rape of a target, including gang rape. And when they get a hold of a target, like especially through syndicated probate control, do you honestly think that they're not drugging the target's food, waiting until they're knocked out, and then bringing men in to rape them, and then videotape it as it's occurring? Money off all angles. Hold on one second. Now, illegal syndicated probate control of the target also, that's why they create the homelessness. Getting property owners, landlords on board in these campaigns, and or using a postal clerk to steal or delay the rent, which is how they did it with me. Then they try and claim that the target's mentally ill because they're complaining about being stalked by people they don't know. Okay? And then what they'll do is also attempt to try and provoke the target in the community to act out verbally and or physically, and then try and claim that they're a threat to themselves or others, and or they will try to imply that the targeted individual cannot take care of themselves because they're homeless and won't get out of it, even though they're the filthy, criminal, rat-ass animals that created the homelessness. They're schemes. Okay, and these schemes involve, but not limited to, racketeering, insurance fraud, and human trafficking in a syndicated run group home, because whenever the target individual is put in a group home and illegal syndicated probate control has been taken of them, the perpetrators have the legal right to co-opt their finances, Social Security. If the target individual doesn't have any benefits in their name already when their syndicated probate control takes place, they will apply for federal, state, and local funds in the target's name, okay, including insurance. The gang stalking will continue in these homes, including the human trafficking, and the target is now isolated and trapped in a physical environment that was responsible for raping them before they got to syndicated probate control, for torture, numerous assaults, and non-stop harassment, the wrecking of the target's credit, The homelessness being created was all created by these filthy right-ass animals in the system. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Leslie Williams. I decided to make this video and take an extra few minutes out of my time today, out of my schedule today, because I think you need to be informed about what the San Diego Police Department is directly involved in, and how that filthy bitch down in the San Diego DA's office, Bonnie Damascus, allows every single bit of it. She's a bitch. You know, when people see me talk like this, they might think, man, this woman's got a foul mouth, or this woman's like a street person, or whatever. Believe me, I'm not. I'm actually a practicing devout Christian. Have you ever heard that term that you make me so mad? My mom used to say it, that this is enough to make a preacher cuss. It's kind of like a down south saying. The point being is this, is that when I leave here, and say if I went to CVS today and I decided to spend $40, I would have to spend $6 in tax just on that one friggin' purchase. Those tax dollars go to pay for these filthy right-ass whores downtown, the San Diego Police Department officers, and the people who are controlling them, and that filthy bitch, Bonnie Damascus. And if Kamala Harris, whatever the hell her name is, down in down in Sacramento. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you something. If this was happening to you, what kind of attitude did you think that you would have pertaining to not only the individuals that are responsible for it, but also the individuals that allowed it to occur, especially when these individuals are in the very offices that are supposed to be protecting you? What type of feelings do you think that you would have? If this was happening to Kamala Harris or Bonnie Damascus or any of their loved ones, or Jane Goldsmith, who's nothing but, he's all over the internet right now. He's the San Diego City prosecutor. He's on the internet right now being implicated in being involved in racketeering in the divorce child custody industry, which means it has to do with racketeering, I guess, when it comes to property and possibly even children. Because they will, if a gang stalking target has children, they will literally create such bad destitution and keep it constant that the children are eventually taken away from the target and put in illegal syndicated run foster care homes that these organized crime groups own. So federal, state, and local funds and insurance can be applied for in that child's name, and so that child can be human trafficked as well. Child porn. Google it and you'll see I'm telling you the truth. So when we look at how these little filthy bitches get on the friggin' TV and act like that or on the radio and say we're advocates for abuse against the elderly, because they're targeting the elderly like you would not believe, because they're going after their bank accounts and their property and their mortgage equity. This is organized crime in the system at the federal, state, and local level. So if this crime was happening to you when you wake up in the morning and you turn on your coffee, you turn on your coffee maker and you sit down and you're having your morning cup of coffee and you're enjoying it and you're enjoying the quietness of the morning, and you look around in your house or your apartment and everything you got, if you literally took the time to do this, you wake up in the morning, you have a cup of coffee, it's all quiet, you're enjoying your house, you're looking at what you own, you're enjoying your peace of mind. Imagine someone taking all of that from you. Imagine it, what it would be like to be living in a friggin' tent in the woods, okay, where they literally even intentionally will bring men to assault you in the woods, and that's done for the trauma, and it's done also to psychologically bait you to call the police, because the police know that it's a staged assault. A syndicated cop will answer the call and say, what the hell are you doing down here anyways? And he'll walk away from you making a police report, stating Miss Williams is making inappropriate decisions in reference to her safety, and he or she will also make statements pertaining to the target individual's mental health. And it's these accumulated police reports over time is what they use to get the syndicated probate control. Can you imagine this happening to you in your life? Can you? Okay, I'm an educated woman. I got a degree in drafting, and I came 3 college credit hours away from getting a 2nd degree. Okay? And I'm extremely educated in reference to other different types of curriculums. The point being is this: I'm just an average American citizen. Whether I had a degree or not, my life matters. It's my life. So, what they're going to do on December 1st, 2014, I got an illegal lodging ticket, which means I was caught camping, but I wasn't caught. It was a staged event. UCSD police came to my hiking area 3 miles off campus and gave me a ticket. I was supposed to appear in court on October 22nd, 2014, which I did go down there. And they changed the court date to December 1st, which is this upcoming Monday. Now, they can do many things. These assholes know, excuse my language, they know I got indisputable audio, video, and paper trail evidence of their crimes and their campus involvement in these criminalities. So do you really think that they came down to my hiking area 3 miles off campus to give me a ticket so I can then request a trial and show all this evidence and make it a matter of public record? Transcripts. Court transcripts. Absolutely not. So what they're going to do is they're going to use a skanky public offender, and he's going to intimidate me just like they intimidate every other target. They're going to say, unless you make a plea agreement, you're going to have to go to jail until the trial. They will then take legal custody of me, steal over $1,000 in cash that I have on me, possibly even my licenses, my bridge card, which is my food stamp card, my Medicare card, my bus card, and the evidence, and then release me with nothing. And if you don't think they won't do this, understand this, please, and be clear. They've already done it to me. Not here in California. They did it to me in Michigan. It's a nationwide syndicate. When a target moves from one state to another state, the syndicate will notify the syndicate in the state the target's moving into to take over the campaign towards the target once the target individual reaches that state. And they can find out where the target's moving to by many means. Hacking into their phones, observing their internet activity, like if I was looking up Amtrak, Greyhound, whatever. Understand, this is organized crime in the system at every friggin' level. This includes federal, state, and county. Okay? These operations are up and running in every single police department in the United States, and they don't give a flying fuck about what happens to a target in any capacity. Any capacity. Now, you can go to, in closing, you can go to Google and you can type in, hold on, organized stalking or gang stalking and rape. Organized stalking and gang rape. Including in jails. In fact, do this. Go to Google right now and type in gang stalking in jails. Gang stalking in psychiatric floors. When a target individual is put in jail as a result of being falsely arrested, as a result of being falsely accused by a person they're using, when they're put in jail, whether it be a county jail, a detention center, a detention facility, or even a prison, they're gang stalked in these places. Now, when you research this factual reality on Google, just bring it up at Google, that's all you gotta do. Okay? When you see target individuals' testimony about being gang stalked on psychiatric floors and in jails, how could that happen unless the system wasn't involved? How? That should tell you right there this is organized crime in the system. So, we're going to see if they put me in jail if I'm assaulted, raped, robbed, okay? And if any of my property is stolen. And I'm going to guarantee you something right now, fellow American citizens. They're going to do it. They're going to put me in jail, and by the way, I'm being reviewed right now with Social Security, which means that when you're being reviewed through Social Security, you got to wait for paperwork to come to your mailbox, okay? Fill it out in reference to what they're asking you to fill out, and send it back to them so they can then process the paperwork. And if you need a medical evaluation, they'll set an appointment up for you, or if they tell you to go to your own doctor to do it so they can see if you're still disabled. You got to be physically free to attend to this. Now, this is happening, all this is happening right at the same exact time that I'm being reviewed for Social Security. So if they put me in jail, say goodbye to my Social Security disability. Now, in closing, one of the ways that they intentionally let me know that I'm being gang stalked is to get along all my routes and to constantly repeat gang stalk, oh my God, gang stalk weird, gang stalk crazy. Along all my routes, every single day, everywhere I go. It's been caught on hundreds of audio files happening around me at UCSD. It's been caught at least once on July 24th, 2013 inside the San Diego Police Department headquarters. It's been caught happening literally around me inside the San Diego City Council meeting chambers on August 23rd, 2013, the day Mayor Filmer resigned for sexual harassment. I was literally in that City Council meeting chambers, and it was being said around me repetitively and constantly. Hold on. And the way it was being repeated is the same exact way that it's been caught on hundreds of audio files happening at UCSD, happening inside the San Diego Police Department headquarters, and happening at Social Security. The same exact identical verbal harassment. Go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman exposes flat out evidence of gang stalking. Learning disabled woman exposes gang stalking at UCSD. Learning disabled woman exposes gang stalking at UCSD Price Center. Learning disabled woman exposes gang stalking at SDPD HDQ. Okay, the point being is this: the only way that the same exact identical verbal harassment could be caught on digital tape recorders and even video files, including on MTS buses and in businesses, post offices, banks, restaurants, movie theaters, is that the same person, persons, or group is steering the entire campaign because the verbal harassment is identical. What do you hear here? Gang of stalking, I'll fuck you up. Okay? That happened on a sidewalk in La Jolla on November 28th, Thanksgiving Day, 2014. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving Day. I'm sorry, 2013. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving Day, 2014. Now, this event that you're about to hear happened on a Yucca Valley bus in Yucca Valley, California, 160 miles away from La Jolla. Now, this event occurred on December 11th, 2012, almost one literal full complete year earlier. Now, this same exact identical verbal harassment, again, getting around me and repeating gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalk weird, gang stalk crazy. Hold on a second. Now you can go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman exposes gang stalking in Yucca Valley. So, if the same exact identical verbal harassment was caught on tape recorder every time that I've been inside the Social Security office and my post office even, okay, would you honestly think for 1 second that this is not organized crime in the system at the federal, state, and local level? Which means, do they know I'm being reviewed by Social Security? Which means, well, is my Social Security disability review date centered around when they're going to put me in jail so I cannot be attentive to doing what I need to do in reference to correspondence back and forth with Social Security in order for them to process these papers to continue my disability? What am I trying to say? If they put me in jail, I can be taken off a Social Security disability. In fact, Social Security even told me that if I'm in jail for 31 days, that they'll suspend my Social Security. So, will this be their way to mentally intimidate me to make a plea bargain? Leslie knows she's got to be free for this disability review. Hold on. Remember, it was the post office that created the homelessness. And I can prove it, indisputably. Now, when a targeted individual has all their money taken from them, they will then go after the remaining shelter and clothes. This is done to steer them to environments that they can control, okay, and for exploitation. I gotta go. Just go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman exposes criminal motivations of gang stalking. Learning disabled woman exposes flat out evidence of gang stalking. Okay? And come and witness the whoredom of these filthy rat-ass animals that are in the San Diego Police Department, the San Diego DA's office, and the San Diego Prosecutor's office. In closing, go to Google and type in the California Family Association Jan Goldsmith and how he's being implicated in a lawsuit for racketeering using the court system. And gang stalking is nothing except for racketeering, insurance fraud, and human trafficking. My name is Leslie Williams. Jan Goldsmith office is the office that's prosecuting me for this illegal lodging ticket given to me by UCSD campus police 3 miles off campus. And I caught gang stalk, oh my god, being set around me everywhere I went, every single day on UCSD campus. Jan Goldsmith was standing 30 feet in front of me inside the San Diego City Council meeting chambers when I was experiencing the same verbal harassment when I was in there on the day Filner resigned. They're whores. They're filthy criminal whores. And by the way, if any syndicated SDPD officers are seeing this, along with the San Diego County Sheriff's Department, I was sexually harassed right inside the Hall of Justice as gang stalk, oh my god, was being set around me. I made a complaint through Internal Affairs. They never, ever, ever contacted me. Now, they are the ones that run detention centers that targets are put in. So do you see that, motherfuckers? Kiss my fucking ass. Everybody else, please excuse my language, and please have a nice day. Thank you.